Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. We're getting a later start this morning here. Minus 24.3 Celsius. A moment ago I was in the back where the computer is. There's another thermometer back there on the wall. The sensor for that thermometer is on the fence in the backyard. The sensor for this thermometer is mounted on the side of the house. And there seems to be about a 2-degree difference between the two. Now, I don't think it's so much location as it is, it could be the one mounted on the side of the house is picking up heat from the house, which is this one right here. Because the one in the backyard was about 2 degrees colder. I think it was minus 27.9. Anyway, I was surprised that there was such a difference. Anyway, enough about that. I guess to find out what the real temperature is in Winnipeg, you'd have to go by Environment Canada, which is a government thing. That doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Sorry, Canada. Hey, Google, what is the temperature in Winnipeg right now?
In Winnipeg, it's currently minus 27 degrees.
Okay, the one in the backyard is probably more accurate. Yeah, the one beside the window in the between my house and Max's house, it's probably picking up a little bit of heat, maybe radiated up from the house. Maybe I should move that one to another location. Yeah, because we want to be accurate, we don't want it to look like it's warmer than it actually is. We want it to look as bad as it can possibly be, right? Yeah, so that I can impress you with what I have to put up with. Okay. Yeah, we're getting a later start here, and I was noticing I don't even know where my watch is. I think it's in the kitchen somewhere. Don't worry about it. I haven't lost it. All right. I think that probably pretty much everybody was looking right here. Yeah, I came back to the model table last night, and I worked at it. We're going to have a bit of a rollback. At first I wasn't going to bother videoing it, and then I thought, well, why not just set the camera up and let it run? If it works out, it's good. If it doesn't work out, well, I don't have to run it. But it actually showed me putting the, you know what, let's not talk about it. Why don't we just roll back? Well, it's, I'd like to have had it a little bit lower, but I don't think I can slide it anymore at this point. I don't think there's anything I can do here. It's on. It's better than nothing. Try and get rid of some of this excess here. Hopefully when this dries I'm not going to have to do any repainting. And oh, it's moving. It is going down. No, yeah, it is going down. Try and get the tail here. Okay, that's better. That's actually better. Okay. Alrighty. I think one of the viewers was saying that I could break this off and then re-glue it back on, and I almost was going to do that. Glad now I didn't. Okay, I think that's going to be alright. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to put the one on the other side though. Okay, you saw me putting the decal on. What are we going to do here today? Somebody suggested, I think I mentioned it yesterday, order of build would be start from the center and work out. It makes a lot of sense. So we do have a few things to go in the center, like the 88 millimeter deck gun. Let's see, somebody, I think it was Alex in Australia. He sent me what the armament and so on of this sub was. And I'm pretty sure the deck gun was 88 millimeters, or 8.8 centimeters, same thing. So I remember about 5 days ago when I was talking about the guns, I said it was 80 or 88 millimeter. What I was doing was going by the look of it, and it's an 88. I guess the Germans had 88s, and the North American and the rest of us had 80 millimeter. I don't know. I'm not up on that sort of thing. Military mother Paul, he'll know. Yeah. Okay. It's not important. I'm not going to be out buying one. Yeah, wouldn't that look nice mounted on the roof of my Subaru? Yeah. People think I'm crazy enough now when I'm sitting on a motorcycle. You can imagine what they'd be thinking if I had one of these mounted on a car. I don't think it's even allowed. Yeah. Even a fake one. I don't think you can even have a fake one. Okay, let's get our gun here removed from the blue tack. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually. It looks pretty good. I could have maybe painted more detail in places. I don't know if the little wheels on the side that adjusted the elevation and so on were actually black. They might have been bronze or brass. Doesn't matter. We'll get her on. I guess maybe I should put this carefully back until I'm actually ready for it, because we want to get our sub cranked over here very carefully. I've been really lucky so far. I haven't broken anything up. Oh, one thing I want to mention. Somebody was saying, I just read the comment here just half an hour ago. Somebody I hadn't heard from for a long time. I think it was Cassie or Casey. Hadn't heard from that viewer for, oh my goodness, it must be about 3 years. Anyway, I was surprised. It said, "Why don't you put a piece of Easy Line on?" Or he didn't say Easy Line; it said line. And yes, these subs did have on this part right here. There is a little hole there that you could fasten a cable to, and I believe it was called a jumping wire. And what it would do is if you came to a wire as you're going along, it if this part here didn't cut it, it would sort of ride up and over and down the back, and you wouldn't get hung up on it. I think they called it a jumping wire. And my problem is, now in reality, that if that jumping wire was installed, it would not go up over these periscopes because they would be retracted. But it would obviously have to go over the conning tower because you can't retract the conning tower. Speaking of conning tower, this I think I might have mentioned that. This was supposed to have gone in it, and it's too late now. I think I mentioned that yesterday, didn't I? Yeah, that's too bad. But you can't. We wouldn't see it anyway. It would only be visible from the far side in the mirror, should you happen to be looking in that spot, and should you know that it was supposed to actually be there. But it's too bad. It would have been a nice little added detail. This torpedo is going to be used to go into the right here after we get our tray mounted. I did put torpedoes in the bow, and I did stick one out the back. Now I know that is not correct. They wouldn't do that in real life. But hey, in real life they wouldn't have a glass side that you could see into the submarine either. I mean, let's remember, this is a display model, and I'm not trying to get it exactly right and every rivet in the right spot. What I'm trying to do is make it something that looks good, and you can see the torpedo sticking out. Another thing I thought of was, if I had maybe taken one torpedo, I think this one here is still loose. Anyway, let's say, yeah, I could pull it out, and let's say I was to have it out ahead of the ship a little bit on a very small wire. Of course, it'd probably bob up and down. That'd be a nuisance. But it would sort of simulate the torpedo had just left the ship. I remember years ago I saw a fellow had done an aircraft carrier, and I'm talking years ago. When I was still living on Murray Avenue at that time. That was before we moved. That was several moves ago, so that would have to be around 1980. It was around the time I did the Bismarck and Lusitania. Or not the Bismarck, the Titanic and Lusitania. And he had also done the Titanic, and then when I was overlooking at his Titanic model, he had a aircraft carrier. I don't know which one it was, but it could have even been. It was a 1/350 scale, and I was really impressed already with the size of 1/350. And what he had done was he had taken very, very fine but strong wire and fastened it to the bow of his carrier, and then he mounted on the end of the wire an aircraft, and he had it positioned just right, and it looked like the aircraft had just taken off. It actually looked pretty good, at least from arm's length. When you got close, you could see, yeah, it looks like a piece of wire. Anyway, we are rambling on and on here, way too much. What were we were going to do something, and I forgot. Oh yeah, we were going to put our deck gun down and get going here. We don't have too many pieces to put on here. The ones that are going to give me a problem, we'll be trying to get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connections all in the right place, all at the same time. Yeah, especially on this one that got damaged, and when I tried to repair it, I didn't quite get it quite right. And if I remember right, I tried to use the heat gun, and all of a sudden, when I'm getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, and pretty soon the piece starts to melt on me, and it started to curl, and I'm trying to straighten it out. I do silly things. I do a lot of experimenting that I shouldn't do. But that's how you learn. I won't do that again. Maybe. Okay, let's get ourselves recomposed here, and I have no other. Missy the dog. Yeah. I almost forgot. There we go. We are ready for Missy the dog. It's amazing how many people like to see that little dog every day. You know, I think everybody likes a little dog. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We're ready. Let's get at it here. Okay, I don't think we need our torpedo sticking out there anymore until we actually start working with this tray or whatever it is. And hold on to this where it's strong. I guess the holding onto the barrel should be okay. Okay, I know I've mentioned this before, but if you have blue tack stuck on something, then it's not, you don't want it there. You can use blue tack to remove it. Now, there's a little tiny bit of blue tack still right there on the, I don't think I need to worry too much about it. It's not like it's going to okay, I think that this is my first time trying this, and I think the hole has become just a little bit closed over because of the paint, but you can see that fits in there. Now, I was thinking, what direction do I want the gun? And I'm thinking probably just straight ahead, the way it is right now. I know that on the battleships, I think all of them, the guns are about 30 degrees to starboard. And yeah, because I thought that would look better in the display case. But this, I think it'll actually look better if it's just going straight ahead. Oh, I better not glue this down because yeah, where is that part here? Okay, where does this all come now? That's going to be, I'm glad I thought of that. This is going to, the barrel's going to be in the way here, isn't it? Or would the barrel go right underneath here? No, this is not. Let's just carefully get this out of here for the time being, and find the place where this is supposed to go. Okay, I think that is it. We got a little hole right here that I think that this leg is supposed to go in. So how would the gun go now? Because this is approximately where the tray has to go. Let's just, for the fun of it, put the torpedo on the tray and just sort of lay it there very carefully, the way it would be if it was being stuck down into. Okay, so that means that the gun, I'm glad I thought of that, because I would have stuck it down and then be rehydrating my connection. Maybe what they would have done is just sort of swung it off to the side. So if I want both of these items displayed like they are now, sort of, I can't have this gun facing forward, I don't think. It just wouldn't look right. I'm doing this very awkwardly. No, it's not going to go. The gun was going to have to be is going to have to be turned off to the side. Maybe something like that. That would look good. Yeah, that would look okay. And that way you could have both items displayed. This may be why they have it, so that you can, where is that piece? You put the deck cover in place, and then you could have your gun straight ahead for anybody who wanted it that way for any particular reason. Although I really think that this torpedo torpedo loading mechanism being displayed is a real bonus. Yeah. Oh, the little decal, it should have been about maybe 2 millimeters lower. When it was sliding there, I should have maybe taken advantage of the fact that it was sliding and just kept on going down, but I didn't. It is what it is. Good morning, Missy. Hi, Max.
Oh, hi. It's sunny, but it's too cold for man or beast.
Yeah, it's too cold for man or beast, that's for sure. Are you a beast, Missy? Are you a beast?
Well, tomorrow we'll be halfway through February.
That's all right.
I looked at the 14-day forecast. 1st of March is supposed to be +2.
Well, we'll be getting rid of some snow then because the sun will be brighter.
And
Okay, sit down, sweetie. There you go.
the 3rd week of February is going to be cold with these extreme cold weather warnings. And then it starts to warm up the 4th week of February.
This is February. You mean March?
No, the 3rd week of February is
Oh,
going
the
to be very
third
cold.
week of February. Oh, okay, so that's
And
like
the
a week from
fourth-
now.
4th week of February is going to start warming up.
Sit down. Sit. There, girl.
Oh, poor Missy was so sick.
Missy.
She got a hold of what must have been cotton batting. Rainey heard her try to upchuck last night, but this morning she threw up her cat in a kennel, and what was left of the cotton was about this long and like a brown cigar, you know.
Oh my.
And she usually gets up at 9:30, but I got her up at 8, and she scrambled into bed with Rainey and fell asleep. She must have felt a lot better with that outside her.
Yeah.
So I mopped out the kennel and we'll replace her blanket. And she's feeling a lot better.
Well, Missy, don't feel bad because last night I was feeling pretty sick too. Well, not really sick.
Nauseated?
Well, I ate too many raw carrots again.
Well, Rainey and I were both nauseated last night.
Well, we're all sick, the whole neighborhood.
With her, it's garbage gut. With you, it's carrots. With me, I thought it was an leave I took before I went to bed. Oh, Uncle Rod, you're the best.
Oh, Missy, I think you're the best. Yeah.
That's a great looking submarine you've got there.
Yeah, it's coming along. I might be finished it in a couple of days.
Wow.
And then I can start on the shelf.
Yeah. Well, we will see you this afternoon.
We'll see you this afternoon. Thanks for
Ron.
coming. Bye, Missy.
Bye, Uncle Ron. Nice sunny day.
It sure is. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, very carefully here when I'm reaching over. All right. Let's continue on. Okay, there's something else we have to keep in mind here, and that is we don't want to be gluing our gun down if it's going to interfere with the fence, or vice versa. Okay, that goes in there. Do I have these in the right holes? No, I don't. Whoops. Okay, I think this one is supposed to go in that hole right there. Yeah, now it lines up pretty good. I'll probably have to use the helping hands here and try and get all, what was it, 2, 4, 6, 7 pegs or stanchions in the holes all at the same time. Or maybe I could do the first 3 and then work my way back. Yeah, just to go something like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to use the helping hands here. This is, I was telling Max earlier that I thought that, you know, be done with this, but you know, I can see that there's gonna be a lot of finicky little things here that I'm gonna be trying to drive myself crazy with. Well, let's just recompose here. Get our helping hands. I'm driving myself crazy as well as you. Okay, I just realized that this isn't exactly working from the inside out. If I was to put this on right now, I think what I wanted to just check and see is are we going to be interfering with the gun if I was to put the railing when the railing goes on. Yeah, just go like that. So the gun could be positioned afterwards. Okay. Yeah, the gun could be back like that. Okay, let's. I think the best thing to do is, being as that the gun is so easy to put on, our best bet is to get this torpedo launching system glued down. Oh my. Our sunrise this morning was nothing special, but it was nice. But what is particularly nice about it is it's moving more and more to the left all the time instead of the right. That means the days are getting longer, not shorter. Yep, pretty soon I'll be out on the bike. Okay, I'm looking more or less straight down on it now. And I think there's a total of 11 legs altogether, if I'm not mistaken. But there's only 4 holes in the deck. Okay, we've got, where's something to point with here? Okay, we've got a hole right here for this one. On the other side, you probably can't see it. There's a hole for the another one. It kind of can be pushed back in. Okay, it's in place, and this is in place. Those 2 legs are in place. Now we got to get this one in place. If I can get these four in place in the holes and glue them down, then we can sort of just glue the other ones wherever they happen to come. Okay, this is going to be finicky, isn't it? Okay, this one is in place. Obviously, I'm going to have to repaint. Oh my. Oh, that really got out of hand, didn't it? I guess I was trying to do it at too much of an awkward angle. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I'm going to have to repaint anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. Okay, now I'm going to wait a while, and then there's this one and one over on the other side that has to be moved forward and pushed down. But I want to wait until the others are melded. All 11 legs now are attached to the deck. And as you can see, we're going to have to repaint every single connection. But I think it's going to hold. But it's going to take time because I used a a combination of the extra thin here, which sets pretty quick or dries pretty quick. But then for the other legs, I used the thick because I didn't want it running all over the deck. So we're gonna have to wait a while. I'm guessing a couple hours, at least. Maybe till tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes. I was noticing that in order to have the legs all on the deck, I could not get this tray to be at the right angle for the torpedo to go very far down into the, I guess you call it the hole where the torpedo actually slides into. So it's going to be sort of back a little bit, but I was experimenting with it, and I think it's going to be okay, at least from arm's length. Okay. How many times haven't you heard me say, it always takes longer than you think? Yeah, I was telling Max it'll probably be done in a couple of days. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I think more likely it's going to be another week. Probably have problems with the railing, but maybe not. You know, he's being pessimistic over it, right? Anyway, I'm going to call it quits for today. So, thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.